Thank you all for listening and watching my videos. Please subscribe and like my channel Master Coolitz. Hoping that you will not skip my ads, it's a big help for me by not skipping it. Thank you so much. Dragon Shadow. The Rise.
Quinn stood defiantly, blood trickling from more than a dozen wounds. His coarse linen clothes were in tatters, but he wasn't badly injured. Beside him, Medicine Costa was in much worse shape, her clothes stained red and her aura weak. It seemed a mere breeze could knock her down.
Mr. Griffin, you've gone too far. How shameless of you to seek refuge with the Double Devils Alliance. Aren't you afraid that your empire and families will be despised and taken revenge by tens of thousands of people if you do this?
Mr. Griffin's eyes were bloodshot, rage contorting his features.
Your words do make sense. I am scared. I am very scared, therefore it's even more impossible for me to let you leave this place alive. All of this was caused by you. If it weren't for you, the Double Devils Alliance and even the whole Tranquil City region wouldn't have hunted us down in the Zora Mountains. It was all your fault. If it weren't for you, Victor Quinn, our people in Zora Mountains wouldn't have fallen into such a situation.
Mr. Griffin pointed at Victor's nose, cursing. Tears filled his eyes.
It really wasn't me. How could I have killed those geniuses from the major districts and super regions?
Victor sighed, trying to explain. Victor traveling day and night or hunting ghosts at the same hotel, so he had no idea what was going on with the others. 3 days ago, it was said that there were 2 top geniuses, claiming to be from the Zora Mountains, who were killing super genius disciples from all over. Small regions, large regions, even the super regions, no one was safe. They were hunted down and killed, their bones peeled out of their bodies. Furious but powerless, the regions formed an alliance to hunt down people from the Zora Mountains. Half a day ago, Mr. Griffin, Victor, and the others were surrounded by the Double Devils Alliance, formed by the Giant Devil region and Devil Repressed Abyss. Dozens were killed, leaving only Victor and Medicine alive. As for those who were not strong enough, like Mr. Griffin and Ethan Reed, they surrendered and blamed Victor and Medicine.
It's not you. Who else could it be? In the Zora Mountains, you are the strongest. All of us are bearing the disaster you provoked. Go to hell, Victor Quinn, together with your comrades who were killed by us in the Double Devils Alliance just now.
Mr. Griffin became more aggressive. Victor and Medicine's faces darkened. With Victor's strength, it wouldn't be hard to break through the siege and escape. But Medicine was his friend, and he couldn't leave her behind. Despite his power, fighting the entire Double Devils Alliance alone seemed impossible. Victor Quinn and Medicine Costa were in dire straits, surrounded by enemies from the Double Devils Alliance. As the tension mounted, a conversation sparked between them.
Victor, do you know who is the one pretending to be someone from the Zora Mountains and killing geniuses from all over the world?
Victor Quinn frowned deep in thought. He seemed to consider something, then shook his head, denying it.
Could it be him?
Him? Who is he?
I told you before that I made a friend named Zane Martel, who was also born in the Zora Mountains. He is very talented and capable. In the whole of Zora Mountains, apart from me, his talent and strength were one of the best. Although I did not spend much time with Zane, I can tell that he is definitely not such a bloodthirsty person.
Victor trusted Zane. Everyone around them was confused. Who from the small Zora Mountains was hunting down geniuses from all over the world? However, they didn't know that the 2 people who killed the geniuses were none other than Leonard Hunter and Arthur Conan. To be more accurate, it was Dante Kane and Ethan Haddon. In order to restore their strength, these 2 people were mercilessly killing everyone they met. Wherever they went, blood would flow like a river. It brought panic and chaos to the whole strange little world. Of course, the people who were killed did not know that these 2 people were Dante Kane and Ethan Haddon, who had come out of the grave. They only knew that they were from the Zora Mountains. Therefore, in order to get revenge, the disciples of the Zora Mountains were bound to be killed.
Zane Martel. You mean that bastard Zane? Humph, how could he possess such strong strength? However, both of you can rest assured. After we kill you, we will follow the geniuses of the Double Devils Alliance to find the disciples of the Zora Mountains, including Zane. We will kill them all.
Mr. Griffin's killing intent was palpable. He wanted to kill Victor Quinn and Medicine Costa desperately. Victor had always been a thorn in Mr. Griffin's side. On top of that, he needed to use their deaths to show his loyalty to the Double Devils Alliance.
Mr. Griffin, I used to see you as a teacher, but now you are just a bastard of the Double Devils Alliance. You're worse than a bastard.
Victor cursed angrily as he coughed up blood unintentionally.
Humph. Whatever it is, he is still better than you people who are about to die.
That's right. Anyway, it's you who are going to die. There's no use in saying anything more.
Two dignified men among the people of the Giant Devil Sect and Devil Repressed Abyss couldn't help but laugh as they found the scene hilarious.
Look, Ethan, your Giant Devil Sect and my Devil Repressed Abyss are united. Just the sight of us alone can frighten these peasants to not dare resist.
You're right. These disciples of the mountains are really suitable to be our pets. From now on, they would even bite whoever we ask them to. If we let them eat shit, they will do so too.
Beside him, a young man in a black robe nodded, with an eye-catching tattoo on his face. Victor could tell at a glance that this person was definitely one of the 10-sided devil of the Giant Devil Sect.
And Zane Martel too. After you die, Zane Martel will accompany you sooner or later in hell.
Really? I'm very curious. How are you going to kill me?
Who is it who is hiding behind the tree?
Zane Martel.
Zane Martel, you actually dare to appear in front of us?
At Zane Martel's bold appearance.
The forest around Tranquil City seemed to hold its breath as Zane Martel stepped forward, his presence commanding attention amidst the tension that crackled in the air.
Zane Martel, I didn't think highly of you, but I didn't think you would be so stupid either. Before we can find you, you have fallen into our trap.
Ethan Storm's voice echoed with a mix of amusement and malice, his eyes gleaming with the thrill of confrontation.
This is great. It'll save us a lot of effort to find you. Zane Martel, are you here to beg for mercy? Do you want to join the Double Devil Alliance like us? Well, go ahead and kill Victor Quinn first.
Julian Flynn's taunting words sliced through the air, his arrogance thinly veiling the nervous energy beneath.
You're really bad at being a person. Julian Flynn. No, you should change your name to Bitch Julian Flynn. All of you should also change your names. Mr. Good for Nothing or Bastard Ethan Storm. They're all good names.
Zane Martel's voice carried a biting edge, each word laced with contempt as he threw their own disdain back at them. Narrator Mr. Griffin and the others fume with anger at Zane Martel's words, their bodies trembling and their eyes spitting fire. Mr. Griffin's fists clenched at his sides, his usually composed demeanor shattered by Zane Martel's audacity.
Zane Martel, you are seeking death. Catch Zane Martel and offer him to the Double Devil Alliance.
Mr. Griffin's voice thundered through the forest, a command that galvanized the Double Devils Alliance into action.
Zane Martel, hurry up and find a place to hide. Don't let others know that you are a disciple of the Zora Mountains.
The chorus of voices rose, echoing the urgency of the moment as they closed in on Zane Martel.
Get out of here and spread the despicable actions of those who betrayed the Zora Mountains, and let the world know their shameless behavior.
Victor Quinn's voice cut through the chaos, his concern for their reputations beyond these forests palpable.
Don't even think about it. You want to escape now? It's too late. Hand over your head.
Their voices overlapped, a symphony of threats and anger that reverberated through the tense atmosphere.
Their expressions change drastically as they close in.
The Double Devils Alliance moved with a predatory grace, their movements synchronized and purposeful as they encircled their prey. Zane Martel and the others faxed the imminent danger, knowing survival in the strange little world is at stake. Zane Martel's eyes flickered with determination, his mind racing through options even as the odds stacked against them.
Zane Martel, why aren't you running away? I want to protect Medicine Costa. I don't have much energy to protect you at all.
Victor Quinn's voice held a hint of desperation, the weight of their choices pressing down on them like the oppressive canopy above. In the heart of Tranquil City, tensions simmered beneath the surface as adversaries faced off. Zane Martel stood defiant amidst the looming threat, his voice cutting through the charged air with unwavering confidence.
Run? When did I say I was running? If any of you dare to move, go ahead and try.
The group exchanged uncertain glances, their eyes settling on Julian Flynn, whose bravado seemed momentarily shaken by Zane's fearless demeanor.
You'll pay for this, Zane Martel. Today, I avenge the fall of the Godwill sect.
With a flourish, Julian Flynn unleashed his aura, drawing upon the formidable energy of the 5th level of the Mahayana realm. A colossal sword materialized in the heavens, its razor-sharp edge glistening ominously under the sun's fading light. The Double Devils Alliance watched in silent anticipation, a predatory calm settling over them as they anticipated the outcome of this dramatic confrontation, their eyes gleaming with morbid curiosity. But Zane Martell remained eerily still, a flicker of resignation in his stance that only fueled Julian Flynn's growing resentment. His stillness was a challenge, a taunt that stoked the fires of Julian Flynn's vengeful determination, each moment stretching taut with the weight of impending conflict.
Its resentment towards burned deep, fueled by the stark reality of the God-Will-Sec's demise, a once formidable force now reduced to ashes by Zane Martell's relentless prowess in the Zora Genius List.
The shadows of past rivalries danced in Julian Flynn's eyes, now believing this moment to be his long-awaited reckoning. The sword, forged with the force of a rainbow, descended from the heavens with lethal precision, aimed to cleave Zane Martell in two. Its ominous descent painted the sky in hues of impending doom, the air thick with the electricity of impending violence.
I'll shatter you with one blow.
With a flash of determination, Zane Martell's fist surged forward, a testament to his unwavering resolve and indomitable spirit. The collision between flesh and steel was cataclysmic, an explosion of raw power that shattered the sword like fragile glass, sending shockwaves rippling through the fabric of reality itself. The earth trembled under the sheer force of the impact, ancient trees bowing in reverence to the unleashed fury that rent the skies and echoed through the valley. Amidst the chaos, Zane Martell stood untouched, his defiance echoing louder than the thunder that reverberated through the aftermath. His unyielding spirit illuminated the battlefield, a solitary figure amidst the chaos and devastation, his form a beacon of resilience against the backdrop of turmoil. Silence descended like a heavy shroud, broken only by the stunned gasps of onlookers whose wide eyes mirrored the disbelief etched across their faces. The outcome hung in the air like an unanswered question, the saga of vendetta and valor poised on the precipice of an uncertain future. What would come next in this tale of tumultuous rivalries and unyielding determination? As Tranquil City held its breath, the echoes of this epic clash reverberated into the dusk, leaving behind a trail of shattered expectations and the promise of yet more trials to come. The atmosphere fell into complete silence. One could hear a pin drop. Everyone present was stupefied by the scene they just witnessed. They stared at Zane Martell dumbfoundedly like fools. Their eyes were about to pop out of their heads. Did Zane really manage to break through Julian Flynn's bloodstone blade with just one punch? This can't be real. Although Julian Flynn's strength was not the strongest among the people present, the bloodstone blade was a heaven-rank martial arts cultivation method. It was self-evident how powerful it was. Most of the people present were confident that they could defeat Julian Flynn if they wanted to. However, no one could break Julian Flynn's attack with a gentle punch. Julian Flynn's mouth was wide open. His expression changed drastically. He looked at Zane as though he was looking at an Archean giant devil.
I said a punch, and that was a punch. Julian Flynn now. Let's settle the grudge between us.
Zane sneered and slowly approached him.
Don't come near me. I don't want to fight you anymore.
He was speechless for a moment and didn't know what to say. Wham! Zane attacked again. His hard fist swept through the void like a thunderbolt and heavily hit Julian's chest. Boom! An explosive sound rang out. Julian, like a human grenade, fell heavily from the sky onto the ground, leaving behind a huge hole. He was in terrible shape. All of the bones in his body shattered, blood constantly flowing out of him. His chest caved inward with a fist imprint on it.
Zane, I hate you.
After saying this, Julian gave up and passed out. He was dead. The distinguished genius on the Zora Genius List had been killed by Zane with a single punch. This, Mr. Griffin, Ethan Reed, Ethan Storm, and Martin Skycloud were stunned.
How is that possible? How can you beat Julian Flynn to death with one punch?
After a while, someone finally reacted and shouted directly. On the other side, the faces of Leonard Hunter and Arthur Conan from the Double Devil Alliance also began to become soft at Zane. The strength that Zane displayed was close to or even greater than these two people. Zane was basically the strongest person in the region.
Why don't you go and find out the answer by yourself? I'm so annoyed with you guys arguing about the same thing over and over again.
Zane, do you really think that you can rely on your own strength to fight the entire Double Devils Alliance? Do you think you can withstand the revenge of the entire Tranquil City region, including the major countries and super regions?
At present in Strange the World, Double Devils Alliance weren't the only people that wanted to hunt them down. It was the whole of Strange Little World, and all of the people of the Tranquil City region. In the face of such a huge attack, the people in the Zora Mountains were no match at all.
How would I know if I don't try it? At least I won't just be somebody's bitch. If the Tranquil City region wants to kill me, then let's give it a try. If the Double Devils Alliance wants to kill me, sure. However, they should ask themselves if they're even capable of doing so.
Zane smiled indifferently. As soon as he said that, the whole place was in an uproar, and there was a burst of noise. This brat doesn't think that he would be able to fight against our Double Devils Alliance with just a little strength, does he? He is too arrogant. If we don't kill him here today, our Double Devils Alliance will be an embarrassment. The strongest experts of our two regions are here. Zane is seeking death. Immediately, waves of killing intent rose from the dozens of people, enveloping Zane and the other two. The three of them felt a heavy weight cast on them. Zane Martel, what exactly do you intend to do? Victor Quinn was stunned and a little worried. However, Mr. Griffin and the others were ecstatic. Zane was too arrogant. If he dared to say such words in front of the Double Devil Alliance, he would definitely die this time around. Strangled Alliance was definitely far beyond Zane's imagination.
You're talking too much nonsense, Brat. I'll kill you right now.
In the Double Devils Alliance, a disciple of the Devil Repressed Abyss strode out with a saber in his hand. His eyes were like torches, and his body exuded an extremely powerful aura.
Zane, be careful. His name is Larson. He is the top 20 genius of the Devil Repressed Abyss. Don't be careless.
Each group had their own genius ranking. In a large area like the Devil Repressed Abyss, its strength on the genius list was much stronger than that of the Zora Mountains. He didn't know how strong he was compared to Victor Quinn. However, Elric Larson, who was ranked 20th, was several times more powerful than Mr. Griffin, who ranked second on the geniuses list.
Zane Martel, you are indeed powerful and worthy of being my opponent. I will kill you within 3 moves.
3 moves? You're not qualified to be my opponent. I'll kill you in 1 move.
You're not the only one that knows how to trash talk, Zane thought to himself.
Arrogant bastard, go to hell.
Elric's body moved and he stood in the air, slashing out more than a dozen crystal-clear saber radiances. The saber radiance shot out with an imposing manner. Bang, bang, bang. It hit Zane in an instant and directly exploded on his body.
What do you mean you'll kill me in 1 move? It turns out that you're just all talk. You've suffered more than a dozen blows from me. You're dead for sure.
Elric laughed loudly. Mr. Griffin, Ethan Reed, and the others were delighted. After taking Elric's attack, there was absolutely no way Zane could survive. However, when the smoke dissipated, Zane stood within it. Forget about death. Not even a drop of blood or even a single strand of hair was injured. Elric's attack was completely useless against Zane.
That's impossible. How could my attack have no effect at all? This is outrageous. Try another move of mine, Chaotic Heavenly Devil Shadow, Condense.
Elric couldn't believe it. He was so angry that his entire body was trembling. The vital force in his body was frantically circulating as he performed a spell with both hands. Around him, energy was madly mobilized by him and turned into rolling devil energy. Behind him, countless silver coins gathered together. It formed an illusion of a devil that was dozens of meters tall and looked a little illusory. 2 rays of light shot out from the illusory figure's eyes. He held 2 large knives in his hands, and his imposing manner was frightening. He waved the 2 large knives, covering the sky and covering the earth as he charged toward Zane.
Zane, if you have the ability, you will be able to take this move of mine. Go to hell.
Take it? Do you think I'm a fool like you? Human Emperor's palm.
Zane said with disdain as he directly struck out with his palm. The Human Emperor's palm, which was full of green light, whizzed past with the momentum of rolling wind and thunder and collided with the illusion. Wham! At the moment of contact, the illusion burst out like a balloon. The power of the Human Emperor's palm did not decrease. It bombarded Elric, who was in the Phantom, and swallowed him up in an instant.
No.
A blood-curdling scream was heard. Elric's entire body was reduced to dust, leaving behind only a storage ring that fell to the ground.